Mr. Sean Lockett, Democrat.
Thank you, Mr. Robinson. My name is Sean Lockett, and if I am elected as your city councilman, I intend to be the liaison and the catalyst to reignite all principal components of our district. I intend to push for safety, including but not exclusive to closing the MRGO. I intend to aid all citizens of District E to return, to help acclimate them back to their lives. I intend to meet with the principals of every school in our district, whether or not they are charters or not. I do intend to make myself available to businesses.
Thank you. What is your plan to keep the majority of your district from becoming a place where people can't rebuild their homes?
My
Mr.
plan
Lockett.
is to work with City Council as much as possible to be vocal as possible about the needs of the people who are away, and let them know that different neighborhoods are intending to get back. For instance, I've been going to different neighborhood meetings, and people are actually coming together and they're talking about specific problems that they have. And if we stick together as a community and we start to actually enrich our neighborhoods by demanding certain things being done, like lights being turned on, trash pickup and whatnot, I believe that being vocal, that's definitely the way to do that.
Thank you. Lockett.
Yes, I think the governance plan is noble. However, I think we do need more funds, and I think that what's going to be needed is for us to lobby for more funds from the federal government specifically to get things rolling a little more than what her incentive is looking for at this time.
Okay. Mr. Lockett.
I don't feel that any place in particular is unsafe to build at this time. There are certain areas that had flooding on a regular basis before that. I think smart building is the key. Building in a way so that we don't have to deal with these types of things anymore. Making sure that our levees are up to standard, making sure that our drainage is good enough to sustain flood waters as they come in.
Not your ordinary debate. We're getting ready to shake things up when the candidates get to question each other. And Mr. Lockett, here's your question from Sheila. How do you propose to get homeowners to return to their homes when the city and government officials have basically given us a deaf ear to the problems right in front of their eyes?
Well, first of all, like I said earlier, we need to actually speak for the people and find out exactly what the people want. We need to find a way to maybe establish some type of vote for people who are away, not just for the candidates, but for the different decisions that are being made. At that time, I think that we would have a better understanding of what the needs are specifically, because some people do not intend to come back. However, those who do intend to come back, we really should present a forum for them to express themselves first, and then I think that we'd probably be better prepared to answer that question.
All right, thank you. Mr. Lockett.
Mr. Lockett, what would you do to get the schools in the system back together?
What I would do to get the schools and the system back together, first of all, would be to establish a one-on-one relationship with each principal of the schools, as I said earlier, whether they are charter schools or not, and find out specifically from the schools what they need on an individual basis, and then take what they tell me to City Council and try to get something done there, and hopefully we can get enough momentum behind us so that we can go to the state and maybe get something going that way.
Mr. Lockett, what specifically would you do as a council member? We've talked a lot about the people should be allowed back home, but what would you do specifically in your power as a council person to get people back home?
Specifically, as a council person to get people back home, I would welcome individuals who are out of town to directly contact me and let me know specifically what their problems are. I would go directly to City Council and let them know exactly what those main problems are. Some of those problems I do know are right now, which are basic services to the area, like trash pickup, electricity, and things like that. However, I do intend to have a one-on-one relationship with constituents, as they call, and tell me specifically what their needs are, and I do intend to impress that as much as possible, to be persistent and resilient in expressing that directly to the council, letting them know that the people have needs and that they need to be heard.
Thank you. Mr. Lockett, you get the last question, Mr. Lockett. You say you will expedite the completion and adoption of a master plan provided it's in the best interest of the community, and most of the constituents agree. Say you believe in your heart that is in the best interest, but most of the constituents don't agree. What would you do?
In that case, I would have to actually change the view. I basically would be a servant of the people. Whatever the people want, my concerns specifically don't override the concerns of the people. So whatever the people say that they want is exactly what I intend to try to enforce.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Monday night, our series of nonstop showdowns continues. All the candidates and all the big races. It's the final night with the candidates running for District E. Email your questions in at WDSU.com or phone them in at 679-0705. This is 6 on Your Side Live. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.